Good afternoon, everyone. Very good afternoon. And it was such a pleasure to meet all of you. And thank you so much for just bringing back some, memories from our previous sessions. And with this, I just would like to, this session today has actually taken me back to the memory lane, which actually I've been always, if I have to tell you, starting my career, and this is very, very close to my heart. Why? Because, from campus recruitment training till pitch presentations, I have been seeing entrepreneurs going through their challenges of presenting it within 30 seconds and within 1 minute. So even in campus recruitment training, what would happen is, I used to be an HR consultant, and we used to ask them about, tell me about yourself. That was a challenge. Then entrepreneurs introducing themselves in an elevate pitch. That was a challenge. And today I see, today we are in a world where, the pitch and making it a right pitch at the right time with the right, to get the right audience is such a big, crucial for all of us as entrepreneurs. So that is again a challenge. So I have been doing this again and again, starting for the college students, then to the women entrepreneurs, to everyone. Why? Because it gives me immense pleasure when I see them after the sessions, the smile and the confidence, what they go back, what they get when they have to present, they feel. I've seen big elders also who are successful. They come back and say this really has helped. So that's the confidence which gives me a lot of pleasure, and this gives me again and again to do these sessions. And today it is one of those sessions again. I wish you all the luck, and I hope that today you're going to take back some good takeaways which will help you scale up your entrepreneurship. So wishing you all the best, and I look forward for a session, engaging session. I'm Pratibha Pulijala. My name and my profession complement each other. Nurturing talents is in my DNA. I welcome you all to this session today, and starting with, I would like all of you to understand, and let me also understand, okay? So this is going to be a very, very interactive sessions, guys. So are you prepared for it? Yeah? So this is not a session where I want you all to have an experiential learning, okay? So the moment when I say who is going to volunteer, so to catch the attention and grab your opportunity, do make sure you raise your hands. Are we on for it? Yes, good. What is one myth as founders we all of your founders here, guys? Who are all founders? Raise your hands. All of you founders. What about you? Yeah, all are founders. So how many of you founders have what should be a relevant uh, message to convey to when you put it in a video for your pitch video? What is a, I need 3 points. What should be your relevant things, what you want to convey, the information or the communication? Yes, please go on. Your problem and your solution, okay? That's the message and information.
Yeah, the
You,
main
okay, and
How
tell me,
differently you solving the problem?
how unique are you? How different are you? Okay. And the market scope, the scope in the market. I heard her. I heard her. He's got
body
some
language.
body language. Okay, good. And
I saw body language.
where did you see? I'm talking about what do you communicate? What are these when you're giving an information? What are the three things you cover in a video? What should be your primary three things?
Body language should be good and eye focus. We have to not get distracted while telling
Good.
and keep the target what you tell.
Amazing. Amazing. Good. So he's quite clear in this, and those are all very important. What happens primarily is, we all think that giving some facts and credits of what all we did and how we did and all that, that's enough. But that's not enough. We hold on to ourselves in showing the energy, in showing how promising is your energy, how promising is your conviction. That has to be expressed. So you need to express that. If you're not, as she rightly said, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name. Huh? Soumya. Okay. Soumya said that, very clearly she has said there was one founder who lost it just because he couldn't grab the attention. So how do you even grab it? How do you even grab the attention? So that was this challenge all about, the silent selfie. So before even you are heard, you are seen. They see the energy in your eyes. They see the confidence on your face. So there is this 3-second mantra, which is a pause, which you bring in the whole confidence and the conviction. It is just starting before the video. You are just this. The 3-second pause. You just don't have it to be da 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 the moment camera is on. Or you don't have to be like somebody said, hi, and then you are, okay. No, hi. It need not be that. A pause which will talk volumes. That is it all about. Okay, so with this, now since you understood what is the importance, once we get it, we will definitely, I want you all to see this, okay? Before we understand and we go about what is the power of framing a pitch, okay? The silence, the power of showing your conviction and the energy, which is going to be your, hook or a grabbing attention. That this, with this, we will move on to starting with lights, camera, and louder, you. I would like to. It's lights, camera, and you. Okay? So now, since we are all set with the mindset that it is all about not presenting, but performing. Be a performer. Be an attention grabber. So which requires all that energy, conviction, subject. Be prepared with all your subject, stats, everything. But how you showcase, how you're even going to make them listen to you, how your audience has to receive you, with that you have to put in that. It is very important. And that can be the practiced, that can be inbuilt. Like some said, we can talk well, but right in front of camera, which is slightly not possible. Is the video on? But yes, it can be taken it up. Okay, with this video, why I am insisting on it is, with this video you will actually know, are you communicating something before even you are talking? Okay. Okay. Now, anybody has attended, anybody has given pitch presentations? Video presentations, anybody has given to any of the investors or any round table? Oh, he has given already. Anybody you have given? You have given? Good, good. Okay. So this is a very, very important to understand when you're either in person, whether you are making a video, so many people send pitch videos also, and many of you have actually got an opportunity to face it in front of them. So that stage is all yours. That stage is where you perform with your gestures, with your expression. So it is you, your expression, and it is you and your body language. Okay, so try to make the most of it with, as very much, eye contact is important, confidence is important. Pre-plan your content so that you don't keep thinking about it, because the moment you look here, the moment you look there, the opposite person very clearly understands you are not prepared. If you are a founder, why are you not prepared? When you have the conviction, it should come out naturally to you. It should come out in a very free flow with a very lot of systematically it has to come out. You agree with me on this? You haven't. That means there is something wrong. Now, something wrong can be anything. It can be you're not sure of what you're doing. It can be you're not sure of what you're telling or the audience, what you're presenting. Somewhere something is not matching or mapping. So this is all some miscommunication which is going to your whomever you're presenting. So keep this in mind. So because I want to see this before even I go on to the camera etiquettes, because once you know, then you will be able to. This session is primarily, our plain goal is to give you a understanding about how powerful is when you pitch, how your expressions play a big role. So you can't be non-expressive and a poker face and you say, I want 5 crores fund. I am going to scale globally. I want 5 crores fund. Boss, you are understanding? So this is how this, we are we have done a prototype and we want to scale now. We want 5 crores fund. I am going to go global. Am I going to give you? We have done so many of this. So this is what we want. I need to go global. I want to do this. This is where my team is. This is, you need to put that expression so powerful, putting in the elements with the data facts, of course, and of course the language and the body language and the tone and tonality. All this will compile to making it a very good expressive content, expressive video, which will make by what the audience want to see. Yeah, so this is what I want to tell. Expressions mean a lot. We already understood backgrounds and the technicality mean a lot. With this, you also should understand expression energy. That is what is they going to buy from you. The conviction will be shown, how much you're determined and how much you're committed. That will be only shown through your expression, and that will be only shown with your energy. There's no, two ways to it. That's it. And if that is required for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, that's it. It has to continue. And before that, you have to understand you are on the spotlight. Here, very, very, very important to understand the basic etiquettes. The first and foremost is to understand the basic etiquettes. When it comes to etiquettes, already all of you have been telling body language, eye contact. These are very important. Now, if I have to go in a sequential manner, you have to be in a very harmonized and synchronized manner. The reason being, what your eyes speak, what the level of energy which is coming, and what your body expressions, what is it showing, the gestures, what it is showing, they all should be matched. Okay, like you can't be like in the second case study we have shown. He is having a good diction, he is having good tonality, but he was holding rigid to himself. He was doing this. Have you all observed that? And the first one, of course, he was thinking. He was going on thinking and talking. He was going on thinking and talking. The third one is a well planned one, properly, but the delivery also was done in a very professional. But what was added to it? What was added to it? The passion. As a founder, you should always ensure your professionalism, and there is a balance between your passion and your professionalism. You can't go overboard. I am passionate about it. I was thinking, I was dreaming about it and doing this and just bringing it to the market, and I wanted to serve so many people and stuff like that. But then your body language is just standing like this. If you can have some gesture showing the delivery on what is that it means to you, you're balancing your professionalism. Okay, these are some which you can't go without it. So everything, it has to be synchronized. For me, my favorite way I follow is something called as legs. Okay, one, looking directly to the lens, having the energy throughout. Okay, and then the gestures that will complete your screen presence. If you maintain these three things consistently, irrelevant of whatever you are talking about, whether you're introducing yourself, you're pitching about your product, your service, you're preaching in a summit, you're going to anywhere, these three things have to be very, very synchronized to make a great screen presence. Are you all with me on this? Yeah, because now we are moving on to a next topic of how, there are some gestures. Like, for example, if I have to say, how many of you understand certain frames? What do you understand frames? How many of you? I'm not asking the videographer here. Okay. Who else would like, you understand what is a frame? Yeah. Okay, so what happens, thanks. So what happens, when you're taking up a close kind of a close up, the video is coming on a close matter, you're short. So then you are using gestures which are going out of frame. You are using the broader gestures. You're on a space like this when there is a wide camera, it makes sense. It still gets captured, it still gets conveyed. Okay, you don't want to deviate audience. You don't have to deviate the audience. You can be, if the shot is in from the closer proximity, you can have certain gestures, certain things which can be close and which can be very not tight but at the same time comfortable, used as required, not overly used. Okay, so that you are more, and then all the time you're flipping your eyes, you're thinking, you're flipping, you're going on thinking, and then you're doing this. So this will all show that, these are some of them. You are facing into the lens and then you are doing, because you're thinking now what next I have to say, what am I missing, what is this. So these are some of the common etiquettes which people think. They think I'm looking into the camera, I'm standing straight, my body language is straight, good, posture is good, but then they're going on blinking, they're thinking, they're doing this, they're looking away and things like that. So these are some things which you need to totally be well prepared and well understand. Keep seeing on the recording, somebody said I look into the mirror, but keep recording it and then keep watching, like how we have done now. That will give you a lot of understanding how you can better it. There's a spot in your camera where you can just put a mark it out here. So where exactly you will look into while you're talking, while you're recording. Okay, usually what people do, even in Zoom I see that, the laptop has a camera on top. So what they do, if they're like speaking to the audience here in the middle of the camera, they look here, and then when it is getting recorded, it looks like you're looking down, right? So you can have, your content, what to speak, the camera is here, kindly look into the camera. Good evening everybody, I am here to present about frame the pitch here. Then if Shravya is here, I don't have to look, good evening everybody, I am here to do the presentation on frame the pitch today for all of you, thank you for joining it. If the audience who is seeing, how would that look? The mistake what you do. Mostly many people nowadays I see, they do these round tables and pitch presentations even on the Zoom calls. So you know that, so you don't have to, if the other person is sitting and looking at this level, but you need to look into the camera. So if that, just to give you a tip, what you can do is on the camera, you can put some, tape, so that you know where to look. You don't have to look down and talk. And that, it doesn't get communicated, what I'm trying to say is. It doesn't just convey the message at all. That's a big mirror. Same thing they do when they're doing with the camera. Okay, the lens is here, but you keep looking at here and talk. But the lens is there. If I look at the lens and talk, I don't have to, when I'm recording, I don't have to look into my own eyes. You're getting the point? So you need to look into the what usually we do is we look into, like I am seen in this thing, I am looking at my own eyes and I'm talking. No. So when you put the output, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like you're talking to somebody looking into their eyes. That's the mistake. So this is one basic etiquette which you all have to follow. You have to, if you want to follow how to look into the eyes, that means you're seeing the camera. So you just put a spot here, and then that's the best way. That's the mistake we have seen in his video just now. What I've shown it here, he was looking at himself. You don't have to look at yourself. You have to look into the camera. This is the basics what you need to follow when you're making a video recording. Of course, when you're making a recording like this, then a lot of things go into the making. You have to look into the backgrounds, you have to look into, you're on the spot, you have to look into what are the clutter, unnecessary clutter which is there, required, not required. Are you on the spotlight? If you are on the spotlight, ensure not too much of distractions are there besides you. You are focusing until and unless there is something what you want to show. Okay, otherwise no too many distractions, not too many colors around. These are all certain distractions. The focus has to be on your language, your tonality, your subject, your continuity of what you're saying. So your confidence, your clarity matters the most. Yeah, so these are some etiquettes which you need to, and suppose if you are presenting, you're standing, so make sure that your gestures on your how you're standing, what are your postures, which is showing confidence, which is not showing a lethargy, which is not showing a slump there. You might be very good, you might be a very hard working guy or a girl, or you might be extremely determined, but then if in your movements, if in your presentation, if that is not shown, if you're like, I am today here to say this, the expression makes a lot of importance to all of you, and camera etiquettes mean a lot. Does this make any sense to you? Make sense to you? It makes sense to you? I stand like this and say like this and stand. Yeah? Okay. So it shows up. It shows up. It means a lot. It's not, as I said, performance. It is nothing to, it is not, we are not showing off. We have to show ourselves up. Okay? So that you have to, kind of match up with everything. Okay, this is what it is. What I'm trying to say is make your gestures not too abrupt, make it elegant, make it poised, make it very relatable. Don't go overboard. You can be like, when you're thinking also, I always wanted to put it across, but however, you're getting the point. So use certain gestures which will match to your tone, which was never convincing to me. I trust, I strongly believe this shows your sincerity. This shows you mean it. Okay, so these are some things you need to master, those skills and gestures, what you want to tell. So practicing will put you onto it. Just to give a small understanding, for me to get into coming up with the idea on doing this, we run a program called Cinepreneur, and we also have a studio in T Hub on the first floor. And what is the connect between both of them is, and why I am doing this, because I strongly felt that Atmanirbhar Bharat and India as a startup, leading the nation in the global platform, this is one area where any startup founder needs to excel, whatever may come and go. That's when you will really make your space in the digital. That's when you will be propelling your growth. So I have seen, when I've been to Dubai and I've been into pitch presentations, the startups had a lot of opportunity to pitch themselves in front of the investors and pitch themselves to people who can actually take them forward, but they couldn't optimize the requirement, optimize the opportunity. The only reason is they were not prepared. They were only prepared on the ratta of that particular pitch. Rest, they were not prepared. They were going to talk in front of people. They're going to given a stage to talk. They may be asked to one-on-one. Nothing they were prepared. They were only prepared about the facts, the figures, the slides, what, their innovation, their IPs, their information around it. That's it. That makes it very static. That doesn't give you cut through, that cutting edge if you need. This is where you actually have to excel, whatever may be. And especially in today's space where it is all digital, so you have to have this. Okay, so you made a right decision to be here today. So this is something which made us, take up this platform as a startup, where we wanted to empower the startups. Even if they want to become a content creators, our program helps them to become end-to-end perfect cinepreneur, which gives you a complete clarity of from creative arts to innovation to entrepreneurship. That is one. And the second one is, you want to become an independent content, make it so where you can actually excel in your day-to-day making content, more and more your presence felt. So that is where the content creation, we help the startups doing this, and we find immense pleasure in doing this, especially when they make it up in the market. Whenever you're looking into mirror, whenever you're recording, you imagine you're talking to your friend. You imagine the investor is somebody whom you know already. You imagine the interviewer is somebody you know already. You start imbibing those etiquettes in you. That's when you become familiarized with the whole thing. Otherwise, you will always battle between these two. Okay, you'll be always battling with that consciousness of the situation, consciousness of whomever you are surrounded, and this is where you're going to have this. Yeah, so with this you all, I can give you all a clarity on, what are the etiquettes, which do's and don'ts. And one thing I want to bring it to your notice, one common error as a, content creator, what we have seen, a lot of founders are, making a, I can say it is a myth or a fact. They always compare themselves with some, I don't say influencer, or they see some coach, or they see somebody who is very prominent and who's been doing it. And at the very first beginning, they think even my video should look like that, or I should perform like that. And then they are so conscious. They think if I go and groom myself well, buy something very, high value, and then that will all add. It will, but not to the level what you're performing. So don't get into that thought process or a myth that, you are a founder. You're not an actress or an actresses or an artist. You are a founder. What you need to convey, the information, the communication, the zeal, the enthusiasm, that is primarily of importance. Not focusing on what you're wearing, or which, wear grooming session what you did and you groomed yourself well. But at the same time, for that same day they come all groomed, or sometimes it is important, you need to be groomed. Yeah, you can't be shabby, you can't be, just not. But that has to be a natural process. That can't be only for that day. You start being more conscious, because that is something which is already new, and this environment is new, that will add on to it, that will not complement to the situation. I hope you got the message. So many people, they do that error. The shirt which they must have never worn, the color which they must have never worn, all of a sudden that they wear that color and come. The hairstyle or the haircut which they must have never done, they must have done it just because they saw something like this which is really doing well in the digital space, and they do it. And then they are, is this looking good, am I okay, can I see this, can I, no, 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 can you people do something on the edit part, can you people do some correction, this is looking over, this color lipstick I've never used. These are some challenges. This gel I've used, I've never done this styling before, but then my guy said, this is looking good on you, sir. You're getting the thing. So these are some things which as founder you need to be very conscious about. Whatever you are comfortable with, because you're not comparing yourself with an artist. You're not comparing yourself with some prominent trainer or a coach or an influencer who is doing this. For you, what matters, you're the spotlight. What matters is your energy, your tone and tonality, your body language, your presentation, your expression, your content, how you're delivering it as it has to be needed, how you're, carrying that energy throughout is what matters, not other than that. Yeah, so this is something which is important. So now, before the last one, which I'm giving you all 5 minutes time to actually, one of them will get an opportunity to come and pitch here in front of the proper camera setup and stuff like that, not more than a minute. Okay, before that I want to have a rapid fire question about anybody who has a specific challenge, so that I can immediately give you a tip for it. I am ready to take up few questions. Few, yes, yes. I need, yeah, stand up.
Body language.
You want to know the body. Okay, as a kid, whatever you're doing it because you are overly energized, so you're moving a lot. Definitely, we don't expect you to stand, sit like this, sit stiff, and then say it. You're doing it good. But yes, you can master it a little more, adding your content in a systematic manner. Yeah?
So my thing is, whenever you're speaking something and you get stuck somewhere or you have to think about something, mostly when it's spontaneous. So how do you bridge that gap, or do we have to use filler words, or how does our eye movement should be, and what should our body language be in that moment?
So at that moment, are you suggesting you're not aware what to say, you're thinking, or
Yeah,
is it like?
mostly when you're thinking what to say next.
Okay, so as I said, in the first one, 3 second pause. The 3 second pause will immediately, you're not like grouping, actually, don't do that. Instead, you can, yeah, that's it. You'll immediately get what you want to say next. I agree. Then you immediately hit onto it. I buy your point. I resonate with this. That's it, a 3 second. I fully agree with this. You're telling them, communicating, but you are giving a pause. So you're not keeping a immediate break to your whomever you're speaking to you. Yeah, you, like you say, you're not agreeing, but you want to say something now. You don't know what to do. I fully agree with you on this, but that's the second. You'll immediately come with the answer. So like that, you need to have some constructive way of giving the other person the relevance and then catch on to it. Yeah, hope that answers. Thanks. Next.
So when a person is not photogenic, how do we make sure we look
When
good?
I didn't get when the person is not
Photogenic.
okay.
How do we make sure we look good on the camera?
So the camera doesn't actually look into any context in terms of features or the skin tone, nothing. It's all the way you express, and the expression is what the camera is that powerful. It can do the magic. So keep practicing in terms of what expression is getting that magic, what angle is giving you that magic, a combination of your tone and tonality, a combination of your expression. Use the other, whatever the features you have this at utmost, you do that, definitely you have it. I have a very good example for this actually. There was this boy who was actually during the interview, and then he had to put it across. He was trying a lot of combinations on the same, but then yes, he had some strength of weaving the context, so you can divert the actual thing. Don't focus on the photogenic in terms of features, go more on the storytelling, go more on giving it more engaging and more relevance to what you want to say. That will engage your audience, that will communicate what you want to, that will give the strength to what you want to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Ma'am, so how do we prevent any kind of performance anxieties which we have, like when we are in front of the camera? I become too conscious when I'm in front of the camera, so that kind of freezes me. I can't think through. So are there any exercises to get through this?
Yeah. What is one performance anxiety which you heard or saw here, or you participated quite a lot, which has actually kind of addressed to whatever you were already going through?
Yeah, that's what, like when I'm in front of the camera, all of a sudden I can't
No,
think
but
through.
you recorded also, you put it across.
Yeah.
So what was one thing which you felt, okay, this is something which I can aram se do it?
uh, when I'm thinking about my purpose, I get that flow. Uh, I don't get stuck in between. When I'm looking in the camera, like when I'm thinking that uh, I'm recording this message to send it across to someone, that's when it becomes a burden for me. Like my uh, how should I say?
Yeah, that is because you're conscious of the other things other than your purpose.
Right. Okay.
You need to be focused on your purpose. Don't be conscious about the other elements. Others, of course, you need to maintain. As I said, you need to maintain your contacts. You need to groom. You need to wear. You need to practice the delivery. You need to have the expression. All these have to be practiced. But don't get deviated from your purpose.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Don't think. Don't expect the audience validating you. Stick to your purpose, and others you follow. Definitely, you will see the best output.
Cool. Thank you.
Next. Anybody else? Are we done? Anybody from there? You're smiling. You want to say something? Yeah? This is your opportunity to clarify. Fine. Good. Now I'm going to take one person who has actually understood the essence of camera etiquettes, the essence of pitch your frame. Yeah, and who has actually mastered that framing the pitch is very important, and understanding the flow of the content. Who would like to take the challenge and come here? And I will definitely give you why this. I want a hand which is totally going high. The highest hand will get an opportunity. The highest will get an opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which was the first hand which was raised? Me, you're short, yaar. Okay. I will give it to you, the one behind Ajil. Yes. Okay. You're on the camera. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, this is Naveen Samala, founder and chief host of the Guiding Voice podcast, which is the world's only quintilingual podcast. And we have interviewed people like seasoned leaders, entrepreneurs, coaches, and also startup founders, close to about 800 guests from 80 different countries, and impacting people across 130 countries. We are on a mission to shape the careers and lives of millions across the globe. We drive insightful conversations that will help people master their personality development, career progression, and also leadership. To talk about our guests, we have interviewed a 9-year-old world's youngest storyteller to the 90-year-old author come director. And if you want to grow in your life and career, just tune into TGV, which is available in Hindi, English, Telugu, Kannada, and Marathi. So take charge of your career, take charge of your life. Just tune into TGV. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. You wanted to tell. Come, come, come. It has to be in 1 minute. We are only going to take the 1 minute video.
Hello everyone, I am Lakshvir. So I am the co-founder of Projects by Laksh. We help kids. Our target is we help kids to convert their ideas, bold ideas, into reality. So there are two more brands, that is Circuit Heroes, where we help kids convert their bold ideas into reality, and Chota Creator is a place where kids teach other people also too. So I am making a new project that helps old people and kids to learn. So it is like a smart table. It has everything. It moves. It has a screen. It is like a computer only, but it moves. It helps get them medicines. We can take photos. We can give thumbprint commands, etc.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, so I will be quickly anyway sharing this video of yours. Will be, I think so, in the video it will be made and put it across. So one thing, any quick observation on what's your name? Naveen. Yeah, the final one, the final review and observations from all of you. What was one his takeaway? Anybody could, yeah? One observation from the
There's no hand gestures. His hand was on the waist, and apart from that, the toning was really good. I felt also the eyebrows weren't moving much, no expressions much.
Okay. No hand gestures and he was standing. Okay. Yeah.
I felt the flow of the video was really nice. The way he structured the content was really nice. Just that his pitch was maybe slightly higher. That's why it was disturbing, maybe because of the mic as well. But the flow of video was really nice, and maybe if he could have used his hands more, it would have been more engaging. That's it.
Okay. Good. Next. Anybody else? Done? Yeah. So those are the valid points, of course. And what was the when you said his pitch was high. So what happened because of that high pitch? That was not going into. We couldn't, apart from the podcast, and yeah, the message was not getting conveyed. You need to break it up in a sequential manner. You need to maintain the voice modulations as required. It was like da 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 da. It was like that. The only you know. It was not for the audience. So you have to understand the audience are the people, they don't know anything. They are hearing you to the first time. So as per them, how would you modulate is important. Because ultimately, what is our whole objective? Our objective is to convey. If we are not able to convey in that given, you don't have to be like a verbal diarrhea, you know. You don't have to tell all at one go. You can use systematically. Okay, how much is required? Create that inquisitiveness, create that excitement so that they will come to you and ask you for more. Ignite that. Okay, you can keep that essence to that much. Yeah, so then definitely they will. So have some hook lines. The trick is to have some good hook lines which will make them come back and ask you, oh, you said something like this, so what is that? Okay, so that is a good way of presenting your.
World's only quintilever podcast or something, it was not clear. But seconding what you said, that could have been paced a little slow and to make an impact. It was just in the flow, like ma'am was saying, da 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 da. It just went through, and I couldn't even get what word it was. So on one hand, you're saying it's world's only unique something, but I don't even know what it is.
Yeah. So always keep this in mind. At first instance, it should be always where certain. Yeah.
One more thing is, I think this is it's a common issue with the founders. We are all so passionate about what we are doing, and we try to express it as fast as possible.
So
Maybe-
in my earlier framing the pitch, crafting and framing the pitch, I very clearly mentioned, you need to balance your professionalism and your passion. Don't let it overgo it. It will unnecessarily dominate. So professionally, what needs to be communicated, only that much information. Rest, what has to be in detail, you need to know where to draw a line. And passion has to be managed correctly. You can't control it, of course, to that level. You need to show it in your energy. You need to present it manner. It can be managed well. Yeah. So yes. So this is something which if we have to summarize, this has to be very well mastered. It. You need to have a very concise and compelling storyline, which will make them listen to next few more seconds, few more seconds, few more seconds. So that has to be practiced, and you need to have a very good understanding by the whole session. You need to have an understanding like many of you have done. The camera lens is here. If you have 2-3 cameras like this, and then you can also look here, you can also look there, this is also capturing something, that is also capturing something. But you have a camera, that camera gaze, that importance you should understand. The camera का lens इधर होता है, वो वहाँ देख देख के बात करता है, यहाँ देख देख के बात करता है. It doesn't matter. You're not communicating to the audience who is right in front of you later when you see the output. So that gaze is something which you need to be mindful about. Okay, if you have multiple cameras, it's fine, but if you have something right in front, or like your phone or anything, then you be very mindful. You can't keep looking and then talking. Now here, if I keep looking and talking, it will capture here, and then still in the output it will come. You getting the point? So this is something. And the framework of the whole exercise, you need to be again and again doing it.